Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, you hear a lot about Mediterranean diets and things like that. And when you think about it, look at the flavors of a lot of Greek cuisine, okay? They have certain flavors, but just like Louisiana cooking, they eat a lot of stuff that's fresh, except they don't fry as much as we fry. So today, I'm gonna do my version of a Mediterranean chicken that we're gonna start on the stovetop, but then we're gonna run it in the oven. So look at what we have. Look at some of the flavors that we have. I have roasted red bell peppers, some Kalamata olives. I also have feta cheese with a little diced spinach. Here I have fresh basil, parsley, and garlic. And basically, I'm just gonna mix all of this together in the bowl. Just gonna get all of this just mixed in. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you all are fans of feta cheese, but I really like feta. I really like these flavor combinations together. The other thing that you always notice with this is lemon. Oregano is also very popular. So what I've done with our chicken breast, okay? Now, I like a lot of thighs, but today I'm using chicken breast. Basically, I've cut a pocket in our chicken, okay? See that? I just took a knife, just stuck the knife in, made a little slit, and you have to be careful because, sometimes you can almost go too thick, and you can poke a hole in it like here, but then I made a second pocket. So we're just gonna get these flavors stuffed right in. Now, if you want, you could put some seasoning on the inside of this pocket, but if you look at everything going in, I think there's gonna be so much flavor just from this that we don't need to really put any other flavors on the inside of that pocket, okay? Now, also you can see here, I had a little boo-boo where a little bit came out, where I cut the knife and went a little too far, okay? So that's just cooking, gang. It's not always perfect. So let's get our other one stuffed. The other thing that I was thinking about when I was looking at this, I thought about putting in some dry roasted tomatoes. Some dried tomatoes in here, I think would go nice. I just think, I saw the red bell pepper and that's what made me think of the tomatoes. Okay, there we go. That's packed in there really nice. Now we could, if we want, take a couple of toothpicks just to kind of hold it close. All right, let's get a couple here. Just to keep it closed. There we go. Yeah, let's get another one. Let's just curve this baby right here and do this. Just to, since I made that little boo-boo there and cut through. Now, I'm gonna take a little salt and pepper. Okay, just a little salt. Remember, we have to do both sides. All right. Little fresh cracked pepper. Let me just rinse off my hands from holding that raw chicken. And I have my skillet starting to heat up a little bit. Where in our skillet, we're gonna go with a little bit of olive oil. All right. And I have that heating up. So let's go ahead and get our little black pepper here on the chicken. And once this gets nice and warm, basically I want to brown this off on both sides before going in the oven. So I'm going to start with the top of the breast down, okay? You can hear that sizzle because we let the pan heat up. All right. Now, we want a nice golden sear on our chicken. If we just put it in the oven to bake, we won't get that nice sear on it. So that's why we want to start it on the stove top first. So now let's go ahead, pepper our second side, and we're just going to wait to get this nice and brown. All right, here, come take a peek. See, that's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and flip it over. And you know, if you want, you could actually do these on the stovetop, but I recommend the oven because by the time that chicken would get cooked all the way through on the stovetop, you don't want that outside to brown. You want it nice and golden, but you don't want it brown. So I'm going to let this sit for another couple of minutes. We'll get it in the oven. Remember, internal temperature of 165 degrees. So I'll use a thermometer, check the thickest part of that breast to make sure you reach internal temperature of 165. And I can't wait to show you how this is going to come out. This chicken smells so good. Now remember, we put toothpicks in, and it's important to make sure to get those toothpicks and take them out before you serve them. Now, I'm just serving it here with a little bit of spinach, some of the olives, all right? This other one, let's get those toothpicks out. There's one, and there's the last one. And let's just go ahead and just cut this open so you can see how that stuffing looks right inside there. Wow, doesn't that look good, all right? And of course, you could always garnish this with a little feta cheese, put a little more cheese on. But I tell you what, look at our chicken. Our chicken is cooked all the way through. It's nice and moist. Remember, internal temperature of 165 degrees. We started it on the stove, but then a lot of times when you're cooking, gang, start things on the stove, move them to the oven. That way they stay nice and moist. So I hope you try this. I tell you what, if you've never played with these flavors, I think you're really gonna like it. And to finish it off, of course, a little fresh lemon juice right over the top. So there we have my take on Mediterranean chicken. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you tried. Keep washing those hands, masking up. We're getting so close. Stay safe. Thank you for cooking with me today. I'm Chef Kevin Belton for WWL TV, and we'll see you soon.